here's a fight that also was in the early weeks.
Yeah, this is one of the hottest fights on the map. Every single time you see Tahi and Bank land in, skills and users right there. And good job on keeping up the pressure. These guys also looking mighty fine and alive. It's all about the TK now, the aggression, the fire for this duo. Nice for the moment, but it might just be Little Blaze in just a second. A whiff shot, that might just be it for TK to live, but no ammo, no chance. He's gone.
TK, Ritual, Fall, Crisp, Nevify come out on top. Those are two of the newer teams.
Greasy pumps out the most. If that's what they're going to use to win NA East, it's going to be huge because Khanada wants his first finals championship.
That's right, and not only that, he's almost a shoot-in every single time to get a win in a final setting. But not only that, they have had such a story this entire year. But let's hop on over to some action here. Magnolia Gold, no strangers to FNCS final stages. But Cam, hey my friend, you've only been here a few times, and hey, he's putting up some numbers. A great change here. Trade between the two. Magnolia will be able to get the save, so they'll be able to bounce back. Where's Cam's teammate? Coming out of nowhere, jumping back in, saying, hey, put us in the conversation. There's a reason we took that last FNCS championship home. But hold up, Dubs and Rokane, problem on the horizon. Rokane loses all his HP down low. He's gonna have to step into Glaze. These are players that play exceptionally well on defense.
Every time I see this fight break out, any single one from Dubs and Rokane, if Rokane eats that first shot, it's tough for Dubs and him to be able to find a footing, to be able to find stride and momentum inside the fight. For this fight to really end, Dubs and Rokane have to really take a risk and drop down. It's huge to grab that ammunition for Glaze as well, so we'll try to do just that. Have a few more shotgun shots to use too. It's N-Pen all the way in the distance looking for shots. Kasker on the Mero. Don't have to be worried right now. They have this shield keg and an extra one from Bugha too. They want to actually let other people shoot them, bait their bodies out. Yes, Bugha gets hit, but it gives Mero an opportunity to really tap back over at Kasker. Kasker's doing a really good job though of staying up and ahead of all this damage. Once again, shot onto Bugha. There's going to be trading damage like this. It's skill on both sides. Bugha has to try to hit a pixel that's moving slightly, jittering all around. He has the aim, but Cash is playing this in a very nice fashion.
And we've seen that strategy in semifinals day 3 when Pamson and Fast are doing that as well. The chug barrel, you throw that down, you can sit there and exchange those shots. It's a very smart play, utilizing, understanding the game at the high levels. Although we haven't seen them compete because they just punched their way straight to finals out of week 1, but Rokane does. We get back to that story. It finishes up. Finally, they close out the battle. They absolutely needed that siphon as well. I like that they're dancing, but let's think about the problem they have now. They got to bounce back into the game. They need mats.
Yeah, absolutely, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to be able to farm every rock around the POI. Jamper and Iamzo also running down the clock, and Harpooning Clarity G close by. Yeah, they had a free drop, but it's looking like this entire fight has too huge of a cost. Jamper not stopping. On the right side, Slacks just tries to breeze towards exactly what's going on, and
Paper and Lawrence on the other side, playing this desert area. We saw them looking inwards. Those are great tags right there.
I just like the way Lawrence is able to push Paper
3 for 3
wherever he needs to go, and yeah, Paper does not miss. Guaranteed 1 for 3 at least on the bursts every single time he goes for a few shots, and that's another 2 for 3. This is just nuts.
You say
from Paper.
I'm just counting headshots.
Oh, you're counting headshots.
I'm counting headshots. Every time he let it rip, he hit a big shot right there.
New teams coming in, them messing up with the Joneses. If they switch it up at Rocky Reels, we saw how tough that fight got for Dubs and Rokane. We saw how constricting it was. That's because Clix and Duke, they're playing the sand, they're playing this entire zone. Kind of dug out though now. Everyone has to move towards Greasy Grove. We're moving away from the drylands. It's gonna be tough just moving past this bridge. Polarized, Quanti, they're in the business. We barely got to see these guys play Monster. They qualified so early. And then
off those tags before.
That's the thing. This is a team that I think is one of the best in this region at dueling. When it's 2v2, they're really good. When it's these types of situations, sometimes they can be overwhelmed. Other duelers and honestly, awesome controllers, Bugha, Mero, have no issues going past games and playing every single aspect of Fortnite absolutely amazingly. Bugha down, Mero in trouble, they're above Surge. It looks like in making this awkward rotation all the way towards Greasy, there's been a few mistakes that happened.
Yeah, but you know what? Mero has been known to put up some really big solo clutches. The fact that they've had some fights shows that they probably got enough tags. But let's get back to that good fighting team play of 5. Muzz, they walk away with a nice win there. When the dog's put in the corner, they fight back. They've done enough, at least for now.
The bite matches the bark. They go for that 2v2 duel. But look at the cost of playing comfortably. Right now, they're way deep into the zone.
Willing to actually fight for it. There's not many on NA East. We haven't even got to that top 4 yet.
Check it out. There's a few more, too. We got Nosh all the way up top with Jack, and also have Commandment and I think it might just be solo Commandment right below him. See exactly what he can do next. Jamper Yams will give it up. They're saying the heat is too hot.
Too far.
Up top. Yeah, and they see exactly where the next zone is. One of the only teams to just give up height, go straight to where they need to be. This is genius. Not even using a single material to rock the entire way by. They use old builds. Huge for Jamper and Yamzo. They don't have the wind in their minds and their sights, they have the whole championship. They're playing that they're actually just winning this FNCS.
And they were low on mats, though, so they have to play that low ground. They're very limited options. Meanwhile, Miro below the surge, but putting up a good fight here. Still in this endgame. Look at how many teams he was able to out-survive. These are placement points. He has jumped up to 12 points on his own here. He can look for another one. That's 2 for the finish. There it is. And can more teams fall now? Because as they do, he will continue to earn. Grapple gloves are going to get him way across here, but he has to build. He has to protect himself. He's going to need to pause here so he can get those videos going. He is. There it is. He's still alive right now. In the money, in the business. Peterbot also solo here, but looking much, much better.
Look at a few more transactions. He is looking nice for the moment.
No way.
Elims has the mats. Clix goes down. Finding solos like this way back on the storm is huge. They don't get knocked. They get fully Elim super fast. He's going to be able to play with time. One grapple left, though. It doesn't allow him to lunge over the builds. Medmiss will be able to give him time to get way back into the zone. Castor Nico down on low, looking good too. Jack and Nosh up sky high. They're dreaming in the clouds. There's more than 9 people that can pick up 2. Nosh is going to be looking good with the spray for now. Has lots of light bullets as well. Aegis Khanada challenging them. They're going to be like a corkscrew stopper, making sure they don't see any other teams. They're really putting down that pressure. Acorn and Edgy also alive on low ground.
It's only a matter of time. High ground have no more mats. Low ground starting to run low too. Acorn and Edgy are on desperate territory here. Meanwhile, Khanada and Aegis have enough to maintain here, and the timing couldn't have been better. And now, let's jump into Nosh and Jack here. They jump down. They look for the fight. They find one weaken of Jamper goes down. Nosh takes a shot from behind. Jack gets the full finish. He wants those points. That's what's important right now. But the fight rages on. He manages to continue to stay alive somehow. One shot is all it's going to take. The zone is not going to give him enough. Cease wins that one in the end.
Just tough loss in that low ground labyrinth, but it's the Armswell who tries to find the answer to the maze. It's not going to be possible. Trashy with another puzzle. What do you do without any mats? It's go for a few shots. Khanada and Aegis, they're controlling things. Gods from the sky. No one can stop him. Rise, though, picking up Acorn. Huge for him. He needs to go for any Elim possible. Breaks open that door. Knock, knock. Who's there? Don't care. Didn't ask is what the low ground says. Gold is just rocking everything by, and Rise gets his door opened. Someone just comes crashing straight through. It's Commandment looking good. Up top, though, up against Aegis, up against these 2 players that won't go down. Nothing can stop them. It's impossible.
Aegis and Khanada, the shoe-in to constantly take wins in final settings, have everything going in their favor now as they have the high ground, they have the material count, and they're putting that pressure down low, but Khanada is going to be the first to get punished here. Nico now looks for the side angle, but he doesn't quite find it. Casker here continue the low ground peaks, and they're playing as well. They have new angles on each other, but ultimately it's going to come down to, can they hit these final shots?
Can they even climb this mountain? It's going to be tough for them to go all the way through.
Gets up.
Have to build, have to deny, have to block, but the attack from the top side is just too hot to handle. Nico trying to find his footing.
That's not
he
good.
slides down, the duel split up. Casker goes down as a result, burnt by the storm. Now Khanada's shots will be hot fire too. Lava rains down. Both these players just rocking everything.
No way.
Nico gets one knock, but Aegis, he's there. Rely on him for that game 1 win.
Aegis, Khanada, 7 eliminations and a big W to kick things off. The momentum.
For Khanada Aegis, though, making it look easy. That was just fun to watch.
So many teams pop up and put up the numbers here, but Aegis and Khanada in the end. The high ground opportunity that they do not let slip away from their fingertips. They play it excellent, they play it well, and in the end, they get that victory out. Take a look at how Aegis just clean with it, although no builds, didn't panic. They take game 1.
Yeah, it's kind of new form for this duel as well. Usually they like to get control first.